The worst among us often seem to come out on top, but life doesn't settle its debts in public. It collects in silence. A gentleman doesn't chase revenge. He observes, because as you heal in quiet strength, karma begins its work, and it never misses. You might think they've escaped lies, betrayal, manipulation. They walk away like nothing happened. But something did. Life speaks to them in karma's silent language, whispers they alone feel every day. In this video, you'll uncover 5 subtle signs that someone is facing the consequences of how they treated you. A man of virtue doesn't need to shout for justice. He lets the truth resonate louder than any scream. It's called silence. Nothing weighs heavier than pretending you're fine when your soul knows you're not. Karma doesn't care for facades. It strikes when no one's watching. The first sign of karma's quiet justice is when they act like life's never been better. The one who betrayed you, who hurt you, now shines brightly. They post smiling photos daily, flaunting new places, new faces, as if you never existed. Don't be fooled by their polished mask. Real happiness doesn't need a stage. Fake joy screams for attention. You've seen its silence after the fallout. Then a sudden burst of curated posts, hollow quotes, and forced smiles. Tagged number moving on. Look closer. Brother, that smile's too wide. The eyes too distant. True peace is quiet, but insecurity roars. They broke something real, and now they're chasing a mirage. Pretending guilt never touched them. Karma whispers when they're alone. Epictetus taught us, it's not what happens to you, but how you respond. Marcus Aurelius said the best revenge is to be unlike those who harmed you. A gentleman doesn't argue or stalk their story for closure. He watches, knowing peace is his victory. True peace doesn't perform. It simply is. The harder they try to prove they're over you, the more they're chained to the past. Karma doesn't announce itself. It creeps in at night. When they face the man, they've become the one who lost someone who cared. No amount of posts or new flings can drown out a guilty conscience. They smile for the camera, but you know the truth. The heaviest lie is pretending you're at peace. Karma doesn't always strike like lightning. Sometimes it's a slow erosion of their world. The second sign of karma's work is when life reclaims what they took for granted, not with drama, a crash, a heartbreak, but with precision. Small losses pile up. A friend stops replying. A colleague distrusts them. Opportunities slip away unnoticed. Karma doesn't roar or rage. It subtracts in silence. Unnoticed at first, they shrug it off as bad luck or coincidence. But the pattern grows. Friends fade. Trust erodes. And doors close without explanation, until they're left holding the pieces. They mocked your heart, called you too sensitive, too invested. But you gave everything: late-night talks, forgiveness when they faltered, belief when they doubted themselves, and they repaid you with indifference. Dismissing your care as weakness, you poured your soul into them, stayed up late to lift their spirits, forgave their oversights, and trusted when they couldn't trust themselves. They laughed it off, called you clingy, too soft for this world. They took your presence for granted, not a gift, so you walked away, quietly, choosing yourself. At first, they felt free, untouched, but soon, the silence grows loud. Their messages go unanswered. Their circle shrinks, and the people they trusted turn out to be as cold as they once were. Their world contracts. Brother, the support they never had to beg for vanishes. The comfort of being truly known can't be replaced. No new face can fill the space you held, especially not one who only knows the mask they wear to hide their guilt. Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't waste time debating what a good man should be. Be one." Karma strips away what doesn't align with truth. When they wronged you, they didn't just betray you, they betrayed the best version of themselves, the one capable of peace. Karma doesn't punish with loud pain. It shows them what they lost, forcing them to live without it. Every room feels colder, every new bond thinner, every victory hollow. They had something real with you and let it slip through their fingers. Let them learn. Let them see their world shrink. Let them realize nothing now feels as safe or sacred as what they had with you. Karma doesn't just take things, it takes the version of them that knew your love, leaving them to chase a shadow of peace. The third sign of karma's quiet work is when you linger in their thoughts. They'll never say your name aloud, but it's there, woven into their vague posts about betrayal, loyalty, or healing. Every word screams your presence without admitting it. They post cryptic quotes online, hinting at disloyalty or fake people, as if they're preaching to the world. But you know their language, their habits, their guilt. Those words aren't random. They're a quiet confession, a plea for your attention without the courage to admit it. You've walked in their shadow, brother, felt their pain, read their silences. Their posts are bullets wrapped in poetry, aimed at you without your name. They're shouting into the void, hoping you'll hear, but too proud to confess they're haunted. This isn't strength or healing. It's their conscience clawing through a crumbling ego. Others may miss it, but you see it clear. You loved deeply enough to know their quiet screams. Now that silence torments them, echoing what they lost. Karma doesn't always strike with thunder. Sometimes it punishes with obsession thoughts they can't control, regrets they can't swallow, memories that cling like shadows. A Stoic doesn't chase revenge or answer their veiled cries. He stands firm, silent. Epictetus said, "If someone speaks ill of you, live so no one believes it." Don't respond to their vague jabs. Don't explain. Don't defend. Let their words circle back, exposing their truth. The more they dodge, the louder their guilt speaks. You've moved on, but they haven't. Let them post their half-truths and cryptic quotes, masking their unrest. You don't need to be in their life to live in their mind. That's karma's work, a prison of thoughts they can't escape. While you walk free, silence speaks louder than any retort. Brother, when you betray a good man, you don't just lose him, you lose the ability to trust anyone who reminds you of him. Even yourself. Their world narrows, and doubt becomes their constant shadow. At first, it looks like self-protection. They shrink their circle, guard their heart, claim they're done with fake people. But it's not strength. It's fear, born from the guilt of what they did to you. They're haunted by the pain they caused. They used to laugh freely, trust easily, speak without a care. Now they question every motive, every word, every silence, searching for betrayal. They once dealt. They know what they're capable of, so they fear it in others, and that fear isolates them. The deepest punishment of karma is self-doubt. When you hurt someone who didn't deserve it, you start to believe everyone could do the same. It's a quiet erosion, a fracture in their soul that no new connection can mend, no matter how they try. Seneca warned. The wrongdoer rarely trusts others because he knows what he's done. That voice of control, "I've got this now," whispers, "Maybe I'm the problem." That doubt is karma's blade, cutting deeper than any public shame could. A Stoic knows peace is tied to conscience. Betray your values, and you don't just lose others, you lose yourself. Karma isn't always a loud reckoning. Sometimes it's the quiet unrest in their soul, a crack no victory can patch. It's the unease they can't name, the weight in their chest when all seems perfect. A voice whispers, they don't deserve it. Let them sit with that doubt. Brother, let them question every motive, haunted by the shadows they cast on you. Karma doesn't need chaos to teach. It robs their peace with suspicion, turning their conscience into a jailer. Don't try to fix them or prove not everyone betrays. Their path is theirs. Your role was never to save someone who chose destruction. You gave them truth, and they answered with betrayal. Now karma delivers what they earned, not drama, but the silent collapse of their own foundation. It doesn't shout or strike. It simply brings them face to face with the man they've become. The fifth sign of karma's work is undeniable life. Sends them a mirror, not just someone wrong for them, but a reflection of their past actions, dressed in charm and promise, just as they were when they won your trust. Brother, they think they've found the one spark, connection, allure, but it's no new love. It's karma's loop, designed to show them not who they love, but who they were. This time, they're not in control, and the lesson cuts deep. Remember how they made you doubt yourself, never feeling enough, despite your sacrifices. Now they chase replies that never come, wait for calls ignored, post for attention that fades. They played games with you. Now they're played. They mocked your vulnerability, but now their openness is met with scorn. They took your loyalty and walked away. Now they beg for commitment from someone who toys with their heart. Karma doesn't just hurt, it mirrors their past. At first, they justify it. They're just complicated, misunderstood. But deep down, a chilling truth dawns. This is what I did to someone else. They won't admit it, but the thought haunts them in the quiet before sleep. After every failed reach, Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike your betrayer." But the universe seeks balance, not vengeance. It gives them the pain they caused, through someone they can't control. It's not punishment, it's a lesson felt in the bones. They laughed at your care, brother, but now they weep for someone who doesn't care at all. They dismissed your needs. Now they're called needy by someone who holds their heart hostage. Karma's mirror shows them their own reflection. They walked away from your loyalty like it was nothing. Now they beg for someone to stay, to answer, to care. The pain isn't random, it's a poetic justice. A slow realization that they're reaping the hurt they sowed in you. Let them face their match. Feel the confusion, the powerlessness, the sting of being seen and discarded, just as they did to you. Karma doesn't just wound, it reveals. They're not just hurt, they're confronted with their own past actions. This isn't vengeance, brother, it's a reckoning. They can't blame or manipulate this time, because the one hurting them isn't a villain, it's their own shadow in another's form. Karma doesn't roar, it reflects. And the truth cuts deepest. You don't need to fight their battle, for they're already wrestling themselves. Karma needs no help from you, no arguments, no proof, no pleas for the world to see your worth. It asks only for your silence, your strength, your refusal to stoop. While they're trapped in lies and pride, you step into a stronger realm clarity. Karma isn't just their burden, it's your freedom. When you let go, you don't need closure, because peace itself becomes your resolution. Unshakable and true. You don't need justice handed down, for time bears witness. You don't need them to feel your pain. Life teaches that lesson well. Your task isn't to punish but to rise, to become so steady that no shadow of their betrayal can touch you. This is the Stoic way, brother. We don't curse our enemies or chase validation. We walk forward, quietly powerful, with a discipline, karma, respect. If someone hurt you, never apologized, and acts like you didn't matter, let them go. They may seem free, but they're bound by one truth. They can't silence their own conscience. A man who lies to others sleeps soundly, but one who lies to himself never rests. Don't chase the past. Build your strength and move forward. Share below which line hit you hardest. Brother, let others know they're not alone. If you're walking the path of quiet strength, join. Think Stoic 101. We don't just talk healing, we forge minds to lead, to stay disciplined, to build unshakable peace. Keep rising. Become the man they can't reach. That's not revenge, it's growth. The world watches in silence, for your quiet strength speaks louder than any words, echoing a truth they'll never escape. Your peace is your power.